Good evening, everybody. We do have here another 1v1 Arabia between MbL and Zuppi facing off. They did play a couple of games against each other on this day, so it will likely result in what this exactly is. A little bit of talking back and forth between what happened in the game before and just continuing on. So, taking a look at the civilization, Zuppi is playing as the Mongols. He is in the red in the north, and in the south we do have Persians for MbL. As far as maps go, MbL does have 3 forward golds, forward stone. He does have back berries and stone on the side, but not a very wallable base. And what MbL is doing is he is building a barracks prior to building a lumber camp. This is not very common and really a new strategy that has come out that is resulting in, massive advantages right off the bat. MbL did find this goat, but he's going to be nice. He's going to send it back. Taking a quick look at the Mongolian map, we do see Zuppi a lot more easily walled in. He can few walls really protect his wood line, but he is in for a surprise because the militia and scout are here. Villager goes down. That is huge. Really, with that villager going down and this other villager being low HP, plus the ones that already took in the boars, that is well worth it. MbL now just circling around with this militia. They will likely not get any more pickoffs now that Zuppi is aware of what is going on in the back of his base. Just a couple of palisades here and that will protect him. In the meantime, Zuppi is scouting out forward, looking into the base of the enemy and just causing as much delay as possible with these militia. At this point in time, Zuppi is going forward. He has rebuilt his lumber camp, and now MbL also has a lumber camp up. The issue with this barracks first is it does take a hit on your economy. You are forced to take straggler trees for a little while until you can collect up enough resources for this lumber camp. And so that makes a pretty big impact long term. As you can see here, MbL doing an unideal collection of straggler trees, losing lots of villager time. He is pushing in a deer to buy a little bit of food, but will it be enough? That's the question. I say will it be enough as Zuppi moves forward with 4 forward villagers. He will be first to feudal age. These 2 militia are still in the back of Zuppi's base. MbL is just going to be as annoying as possible. And Zuppi says, okay, fine, you want to fight? We'll fight. He's got more than enough villagers. They do have loom right now, so they can take on these militia. Only 2 of them at this point in time. And MbL, will he see this? He doesn't yet see the forward. He is still being very aggressive here. Doesn't yet see any of the forward buildings though. These militia really paying for their dues. After that first vill pick, they had already paid for themselves. But now, with just the more delaying, let's see if this scout did not scout the forward archery range and barracks. Even the house is up there now. And MbL immediately, after hitting feudal age, he will drop, I'm sure, yes, an archery range. These militia with this scout can actually do quite a bit of damage, but as we talk about damage, MbL is getting raided by a scout, a spear, and an archer, one of everything. Zuppi is being as annoying as possible, but he loses another villager on the wood line. For that villager, he takes out another villager on MbL's forward. 2 villagers for MbL go down. Now they are very even, because as you know, both of them have lost 2. One thing to note is Zuppi losing that one really early caused lots of issues. The villagers now attacking the archery range. They think twice about it. It's going to take a long time to knock down that archery range. Much better choice. Put up a watchtower. Really, it will buy way more space and will waste a lot more than taking out this archery range. And still, MbL attacking Zuppi. Look at these villagers, how weak they all are. Look how many. The HP bars are horrible on all of these. Just a little bit back here would be fantastic. And the tower war will begin. MbL gets his tower up in defense. And just a complete mess of an economy for Zuppi. All because of 2 militia and 1 scout. Crazy. Crazy. This scout now. Will it take out the villager? Yes, it will. And doesn't even die. Goes around, runs away. Well worth it. Great play by MbL. Fantastic drush to still be getting value out of these 2 units. Massive. He does lose the scout eventually, but well paid for. Right now, Zuppi is 4 villagers behind. That is massive. That is horrible for him. He's lost one of his forward villagers, and he has lost so many villagers in the back here as well. Idle time, he is completely discouraged, as you would be, with fantastic play of just being so annoying. That's what MbL has really done. You can always tell how a player's feeling by whether he gets housed and how often and how severe it is. And right there, we saw Zuppi get housed once again. Now 5 villagers behind. Really needs to push whatever sort of military advantage he can get as soon as possible. He does have 8 versus 7 more skirmishers than MbL, so he can win that engagement if that engagement does happen. Tower engagement, however, is going more so in MbL's favor. As you can see, there's these 3 villagers are all that's there for Zuppi. And Zuppi has finally taken out the militia. His base is safe. He can just boom in peace. But looks like MbL will win this tower war, will protect his home. These 3 villagers who have not been collecting any resources will have to go back home. Long trek back. And while they go back home, these skirms and 1 archer do loop around. Ooh, fantastic play from MbL. Throwing a knight out here. Takes out the spearman. There is nothing that Zuppi can do to counter scouts at this point in time. Great choice by MbL. Fantastic choice. If you take a look, his 2nd scout cavalry is coming out right now. He will likely lose 1, but with these 2 and these archers and skirms behind, they just lost. Zuppi just lost his entire army, basically. Skirmishers can do very little against scouts, especially once they get in close. In these numbers, there's not much that Zuppi can do. Still, goes forward with the spearman. That spearman will be able to defend the skirmishers a lot. And just adding 1 or 2 archers does really help against scouts. They're less able to take out that minimum range. They get more attack done. It's really great. Zuppi does have fletching though, and MbL does not yet have that. So that extra range, that extra attack, that does make quite a big difference. But with these scouts, I'm not sure if it's enough of a difference. Taking a look back at Zuppi's base, he is beginning the wall off quite late for a wall off. However, all things considered, still relatively good because MbL hasn't walled off either. They're both fairly open at this point in time. Militarily, Zuppi does have the lead, but he is 6 villagers behind. Without the ability to add extra town centers, 6 villagers will add up quickly. Move forward with the archers and skirms. They are able to temporarily deny this tower. It will likely go up eventually, especially now that there's a scout coming in. But great way to delay the tower as much as possible from Zuppi. But as you see here, MbL looping some scouts around on the western side, looking to surprise Zuppi. Will Zuppi be able to finish his walls before MbL gets over there? Likely not. Bit of a mistake there, running one archer forward, and his army is making the retreat. Scouts don't even have to go around the walls, they can go straight through them. Damage already starting for the scouts. Will Zuppi be able to quick wall these scouts out? He does have a scout of his own, but will it be enough? That's the question. The scouts for MbL just looking to waste as much time as possible, even a lion getting involved here. And MbL doesn't even get hit by that town center. Fantastic. So now Zuppi does have 2 scouts in defense. They will be able to take out this skirmisher army of MbL, but these 2 scouts that are sitting forward here, they can cause a lot of damage. This villager already being attacked, trying to seed a farm, goes down. So now the vill lead is up to 7. 7 villager lead right now for MbL. Gets another kill. Fantastic raiding from MbL. From his Dark Age rush, ooh, luckily he didn't run in there. From his Dark Age rush, now these scouts, well worth it. His scouts and spears running forward, causing some damage as much as possible. Zuppi is in the base of MbL, but MbL gets another villager pick. Fantastic. And this is the point where Zuppi needs to press an advantage. MbL has clicked up to the castle age. Zuppi is nowhere close. He is 780 foot away at this point in time, chasing down this scout. And really, he needs to take out as much of the economy and army of MbL as possible before a couple of knights come out, because knights right now will completely destroy Zuppi's army. Militarily, Zuppi does have a large lead. His army is 11 versus the 4 of MbL, but the longer he waits, the more time MbL has, and the inevitable knights come out. MbL now 70% of the way up to the castle age, and still 5 villager lead. Scouts coming forward for Zuppi, and already MbL has started to boost his army as much as possible. One thing to note, Zuppi has clicked up at this point in time. He is not yet fully walled. Not sure if he sees that these trees don't go to the end. Please, Zuppi, just click on the outside here. Also, I think there's a hole here, and that's it. MbL hits the castle age. Zuppi calls the GG. He knows that his army cannot take any knights, and he knows these palisades are not keeping any knights out. Taking a quick look at the statistics, MbL did dominate overall. Not huge advantages, but little bit of advantages in every area. Winning every area here allowed him to win the game. Overall, great game, great play.